Hi everyone. So in this video, me and Rhea are going to lay down a complete roadmap for your CAT 2026 journey and how you can ace it and get your dream percentile. So firstly, both of us will introduce ourselves. So I'm Raghav Saluja, CAT 2024, 99.7 percentile, currently a first year student at IIM Lucknow. And I'm going to mentor you for LRDI.
Hi guys, I am Rhea. I am also currently studying in IIM Lucknow with Raghav only. I scored 99.95 percentile in CAT 2024 and I will be mentoring you for Quant section and the VARC section. So let's move ahead to what our CAT is going to look like. So, tentatively, CAT will have 68 questions this year, and we will get 120 minutes for that. Out of which VRC has the biggest portion of questions, that is 24 questions. Quant has 22 questions, and Quant will cover our arithmetic, algebra, modern maths, number system, and some miscellaneous topics. And DILR will have 22 questions with chapters like games and tournaments, routes and networks, arrangements, Venn diagrams, which Raghav will be taking up in the future classes. So
Also,
that is,
one more.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So that is the basic outlay of CAT and what it is going to look like. But it is important to note that CAT can change its pattern anytime. So in CAT, you should be ready to be surprised. Okay.
Yeah, picking up the exact same point. Previously, before 2024 in LRDI, there used to be 4 sets and total of 20 questions. But from 2024, that is exactly our year, CAT gave 5 sets and 22 questions. So as Rhea said, be ready for the surprises.
So for us, for CAT, the MCQs will hold +3 marks if the question is correct and -1 if the question is incorrect. The good part is that it has some TETA questions also. TETA questions don't have any negative marking, so we need to make sure that we always attempt the TETA questions because we cannot leave a question which doesn't have any negative marking. Okay, so let's move ahead.
Okay. So since currently it's the first week of March, so this is our 9-month strategy of how we are going to ace this journey, and we've broken it down into 4 stages. Now let's look at every single stage or every single phase in depth. So our first phase is the foundation phase.
So, in this phase, we need to build our basics, and this is the most important phase for you guys because the whole core of what you are going to do and how you are going to perform in CAT 2026 is going to be built over here only. Here, you have to be very consistent, have a daily routine, and make sure that you grasp every concept that is being taught to you. So, for QA, in these 3 months, we will majorly focus on arithmetic and algebra. Arithmetic makes up around 8 to 9 questions every year, and algebra makes up around 6 to 7 questions. So, that is a major chunk in CAT. Around 60 to 70% of quant questions come from these two chapters only. That is why it is a very important phase. You need to build your concepts, and even if there are some miscellaneous questions, most of those miscellaneous questions are also solved from what we learn in these two domains only. And when you are done with arithmetic and algebra, you will be very confident in quant and will be able to attempt a major chunk of all the sectionals and quant sections that you give in CAT paper. So coming to VARC, so VARC is not something where you have to practice a lot of questions and questions daily because it is something where you have to develop your reading speed. When you are reading, you are able to comprehend at that reading speed and then finally use critical reasoning to solve the questions. So for example, you should read 45 minutes daily, and that is something that I feel is very non-negotiable. You need to read from various resources like Eon, Guardian, newspapers, or solve RCs from different resources only. That really helped me personally. I used to practice a lot of RCs instead of just reading because I was preparing in 3 months only, and that will really help you out in understanding how to comprehend different type of RCs. Coming to DILR.
Okay. So in DILR, In our first phase, it's about building that solving stamina. You don't ace LRDI if you solve a set for 10 minutes and then jump to the solution. What will happen is, if in your exam, the question won't look exactly like the questions you have solved. It's going to look different, but the inside fundamental is same. So in this phase, we are going to just build that solving stamina so that our brain develops those thinking patterns on its own. And we are going to give up only when we are not able to figure out any other way to approach. This is going to be our strategy for the first phase. So our target is do 2 sets daily, that is maybe 15 sets a week, and develop this, because trust me, this is how everyone who scores highly in LRDI aces LRDI.
So now coming to the phase 2, that will start from June. So here our main goal is to finish the remaining syllabus that is left after the phase 1 and test how much do we actually know and how much we have grasped. So for QA, after arithmetic and algebra, we will move to number system, geometry, and modern math, and some of the miscellaneous topics. And after this, your whole course for quant will be finished, and you need to start attempting sectionals to build your technique and see how much you have retained and how much concepts you have grasped. And this is a very important phase, because after that it is just testing what you have learned. So this is the final step of building your core. So make sure that you give a lot of importance to this phase, because a lot of people get diverted during this time. So, and quant is very important for cat. So, and when coming to VARC, we will jump not only from reading, we will jump to verbal ability topics also, like para jumbles, odd one out, short summaries, which you will see will be easier to tackle because you have read a lot, you have attempted a lot of RCs, and somewhere VA also checks your critical reasoning and your reading skills only. And in this time, you should not only attempt RCs, you should attempt RCs in a particular time frame and see how much you can comprehend in when you are in a time constraint, and how many questions you can answer correctly in that time period. So coming to DILR.
Okay. So, as everybody says, in DILR, it is about practice. You have to solve those 200 to 50, 300 sets. You have to do the grunt. But in the first phase, we have built that solving stamina. Now it's about doing the grunt work, solving those hard sets that will challenge us. And trust me, if in the first phase you have done that work of building the stamina, this phase is about doing that grunt of solving 150, 200 sets from difficult topics like games and tournaments, Venn diagrams, routes and networks, blood relations, truth and lie, coding, decoding, arrangements, etc., etc. All of the topics we are going to cover, because trust me, as Rhea said, for quant, this is the most important phase. This is the most important phase for LRDI. If you solidify your concepts, your pattern building, and if you, in this particular phase, by the end of this phase, develop the ability to break that outer shell of any set, you are kind of done. So in this phase, again, we are going to focus on this part for LRDI. And for mocks, this is when we actually start attempting mocks. One mock every 10 days, which essentially means 3 mocks a month. And trust me, in this phase, you don't have to look at the scores. You don't have to look at how much you're scoring, but rather at the mistakes that you're committing. Now you've kind of spent 6 months in your prep. So 4 to 5 months maybe. So this particular mocks, or these mocks that you're going to take, are going to be about testing how much fundamentally strong you are, where you are still lacking, and what you need to cover in the next 1 to 2 months before jumping onto our phase 3, which is.
So phase 3 is the phase where you will able to see the fruit of your consistent hard work. It can be the most fun phase for you, because if you have completed phase 1 and phase 2 very smoothly and with a lot of consistent hard work, then this is where you will enjoy the most, because this is about testing what you have learned and analyzing. So in this phase, mocks are going to be our priority. Give at least 2 full length mocks every week, 3 to 4 sectionals from different subjects every week. And what is more important than giving a mock is analyzing the mock. For example, you spend 2 hours in giving a mock. Make sure you spend 4 hours in analyzing the mistakes you have made, whether one mistake was a silly mistake or it was a conceptual mistake. Have you made these kind of mistakes earlier? Is this the chapter where you are making mistakes again and again? So you have to find your strong points and your weak points over here only, and then work on getting your weaker points better, and again work on your strengths to make them your priority, make them your standing point.
Points. Beautifully summarized. And also, when it comes to targeted practice, I think this is the phase where all the 99.5 plus percentilers are built. So again,
100%.
as Rhea pointed out, it's about heavy investment in mocks. Our strategy completely shifts from learning to practicing as much as we can and solving past year papers. Trust me, past year papers are going to be your bestest friends, and you will realize when you reach this phase why. But one very important thing is make sure that whenever you are giving a mock and analyzing it, do note down your key learnings from every concept or every mock. This will serve as a bank, a revision bank for you at the end. Because when you look at the kind of mistake, let's say you made in TSD, you'll immediately remember a concept that, okay, oh, in circular TSD, I missed that part in the LC part. So it's just an example. But as Rhea also pointed out, our strategy completely shifts from just learning to maximizing our strength through sectionals and past year papers.
Also, when the mock season comes, we will be releasing a video on how to attempt mocks and also on how to analyze the mocks so that you can make the best of your efforts. So, the final lap, that is the November month. I don't want to focus a lot over here because this is something that we will cover later on only. But in November, our major focus is going to be on revision, revision, and revision only, because you have done all the hard work. Now it is time to collect and gather all your knowledge and make sure that you are able to perform in your best capability during the D-Day. That is our only goal. In the final lap, you don't have to give two mocks every week. You have to give maybe one mock per week or 10 days, just to see that, okay, you are aware of how you want to attempt the paper, and you don't want to burn out yourself. You need to be relaxed and you need to make yourself confident in what you have learned. That is the goal of the final lap.
And the golden rule is, again, let's not, again, in the last phase, don't focus on learning a lot of new topics, but rather maximizing what you know and minimizing the errors and negatives from what your weak points
So
are.
I
You
would
will
just say, sorry, Raghav, I would just say that for the final lap, it is very important that you go to phase one, phase two, phase three very properly, because you need to finish the syllabus before November only. You cannot leave things for the last, because this is not where you want to learn a chapter like time and work, speed, time, distance, or any kind of chapter, because it will just confuse you and detract you.
Absolutely, it's about conditioning yourself.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that if the exam happens 1 month before, you are ready for it. Instead of 30th November, if CAT announces that, okay, it's on 30th of October, you still face no issues. That should be it.
Yeah.
Again, we won't focus a lot on this section. When
Yeah.
this time comes, we will be sure to conduct a lot of revision classes, a lot of marathons, and a lot of videos will be there for you to prepare and condition yourself well before the D-Day.
Yeah. So, I have stated these things before also, but 9 months might feel like a very long journey. But for people who are starting right now, I think they have such a golden opportunity, because right now you don't have to work for 7 or 8 hours. If you're starting in August or September, you will have to give at least 6 to 7 hours daily. But right now, even if you give 2 to 3 hours and do things consistently, you will see huge results during phase three. For example, you need to read every day. This will help you so much in VRC. Sometimes people feel that, okay, my reading skills are very good, but only with good reading skills you won't be able to ace the VARC section. So make sure you have a lot of diversity in reading. You are not only reading novels, or you're not only reading financial papers. You need to know a little about philosophy, little about science and arts, because this is what CAT is looking for. Second most important thing is practice and practice. You need to practice questions, type of questions that are given in CAT, to become used to of what the pattern is and how the questions are being asked. So you should practice RCs and DILR, two DILR sets daily. Also, you should attempt certain number of quant questions. For example, if we are if we are teaching profit and loss and we have given a DPP, make sure you attempt the DPP and at least practice 20 to 25 questions, so that all the concepts are completed. If you are going for a much difficult chapter, maybe like time and work, the number of questions will increase. But our main objective is to be clear with each and every small concept, because we will be breaking each topic into subtopics, and you need to be clear with every subtopic. So this is the non-negotiable routine you need to follow. Little bit of practice, little bit of reading, and you will see the results.
Amazingly well put. I just wish someone told this to us in such depth 2 years before.
Yeah. Same. I wish the same. I wish I hadn't learned from my own journey only.
Yeah, same. Okay. I shouldn't say the same, but yeah. Okay. Resource arsenal. Again, guys, we won't just be showering you with videos. We will cover you 360-degree. So you'll have PrepNip DPPs and modules covering all the concepts in depth, plus good quality questions as well, relevant to CAT, and also PYQs. Now, when it comes to mock series, again, they are going to be your bestest friends. So to choose two high quality mock series. Diversity is important in this because, again, they are going to tell you where you lack, how you need to improve, and every mock series has its own speciality. So that is why two. Now, PrepNips mocks will also be out from May, and we will also try and make extremely high quality mocks. So yeah, again, a detailed video about them will be out when the mocks are out. So do check them out and do look out for them as well. And past year papers, PYQs, your bestest friends. Do make sure that you, okay, for example, if Rhea uploads a video, the profit and loss part 2 is out, right? It was out yesterday. Watch the video, solve the DPP. The link will be there in the description of the video. And then go to 2 IIM and solve the PYQ as well. That is type profit and loss and search for the questions.
In the modules that we will be given, we will try to incorporate a different section of previous year CAT questions, so that it is much easier for you to get hold of these questions and see the solution also. So I think that will really help you out. And in short, I will say कि ये कर लिया तो 99% तुम्हारी कामयाबी पक्की है, पर ये कर लो. You need to have a timetable, you need to be consistent, and it is not going to be the easiest of journeys, but we will be there to guide you. And if you are ready for it, then I feel you will be able to ace it.
Definitely. I think what's important from our end is to make sure we give you content, videos, modules, and everything consistently. We don't break that routine from our end, which we won't. But what's important from your end is to make sure you are consistent.
Yeah.
Whenever a video is uploaded, watch it. Solve the questions. As Rhea pointed out, we will try to cover you 360-degree. We'll also include PYQs in our modules only, in our DPPs only, so that you don't have to go 10 places. But it is important from your end to make sure that you don't slack off, considering that, okay, we have 9 months. This mistake a lot of people have done, and then eventually it leads to a lot of chaos. So make sure that you are consistent, because we are going to be consistent.
हम तुम्हें अच्छा सा खाना बना के दे देंगे, बट खाने की जिम्मेदारी तुम्हारी है. हाँ. And one more thing, कि CAT की journey में you might feel alone a lot of times. So for that, we have made a WhatsApp group, PrepNip WhatsApp group. So make sure you join it. You can share any kind of problem that you are facing during this time with us. We are not only your mentors, we want to be your friends because we have gone through the same thing recently only, and we know how much challenging it can be, and we really want to ease your journey and give you the best opportunity to perform at your peak. That's it.
Absolutely. And कोई comment में ये मत लिखना that are you guys engineers?
Yes, we are.
But trust me, guys, it wasn't easy.
Hmm.
It's not rosy for anyone. Everybody has gone through a journey जहाँ पे everybody faces challenges, everybody faces hardships. We have faced our own hardships and struggles,
Hmm.
and we come from the exact same place of insecurity, of self-doubt,
Hmm.
of होगा कि नहीं होगा, of it is if it is even worth it or not.
Hmm.
And we kind of faced it alone, but we won't let you face it alone.
Yeah.
That is a guarantee. So do reach out to us. The link of our WhatsApp group will be in the description below. Do check that out. And lastly, again, follow this journey along with us, and we won't disappoint you. But all we expect from you is you don't have to disappoint yourself this time.
Exactly.
It's your time to bring out the bestest version in you.
Yeah.
See you guys in the next video. If Rhea has any other parting words, then
Simple interest and compound interest video coming tomorrow, so do watch it.
yeah. And this video, sorry, in this week in LRDI, we are going to cover blood relations.
Peace and bye bye.
Peace and bye bye.
Peace is very important in today's world. Okay, peace. Bye.
Peace. Ciao.
Yeah.